I woke up left out on the porch, making too much noise. Up all last night, baby, up all last night. Party all night long, there is nothing wrong, baby, it's alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Took a look at myself for a minute, I've been too washed out and I stopped to rethink it. Bad vibes are coming like waves, I had to decide why I wanna break down. For a minute it's okay to take a second just to let the intuition happen. You see I slowly definitions faded out of reminiscences on the past time. Drinking any of times I've had in the best life. How we roll, 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 we've been dancing till we fall. Drinking red wine on the weekends just to run away. Go, 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 I don't want to let this feeling go. I woke up left out on the porch, making too much noise. Up all last night, baby, up all last night. Party all night long, there is nothing wrong, baby, it's alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I don't really care that outside is a mess. I just really wanna find a way out of the stress. I feel tired, I wanted to rewind, maybe just rewrite another happy ending to this.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know the voice. Y'all know the sound. James Williams, DJ Exclusive, is in the building. Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day to you. Happy Wednesday, November 9th. Long night last night, but here we are. Good morning, everybody. Shout out to wherever you're streaming from. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff, man. Good morning, everybody. Make sure that you stay tuned. Like it or not, it's coming up next. Good morning, y'all.
Everything's gonna be alright. I woke up left out on the porch, making too much noise. Up all last night, baby, up all last night.
Shout out to the family in the chat, man. Good morning, Mama and Daddy. Zozo Bob. Good morning to you, Snack Panther. Biting Yale. I probably said that wrong. Jason Goodcraft. Good morning. Nat A. Letterhack. What's going on? Priscilla Lily. Good morning. Finisomniac Latif. What's going on, Mother Latif? Hey. Win Singer for good morning. Jesse Lynn. Good morning. Kareem Ransom. Six Dragon Daddy is in the building. Melly, good morning. Finisomniac. I don't know if I got you now, but okay, we're going to get you again. Neon Death, good morning to you. Demarius McCoy, Boondocks Dragon, good morning. B. Wakeman, what's up, B? Good morning to you. Tyler Hackner, what up, Tyler? Roller Dragon, the man is in the building. Good morning. Shout out to everybody this morning, man. Good to see everybody. T. Sweetie, Shelby H, good morning. Woo, let me see it. Did I miss anybody on my roll call this morning? I'm scrolling. Priscilla, I don't know if I got you. So, hey, Priscilla, Tiger, Katsune, Tiger. What's going on, Tiger? Shout out to everybody else, man. Love y'all. Mean it. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. My dad joke off the stuff I meant. Mary C, good morning to you. Ember Leah, good morning to you, Ember Leah. 8 o'clock, good morning. Shay Dragon, good morning to you.
So where you wanna go? Do what you gonna do. Do what you wanna do. Go where you wanna go. Don't
Promises manifested. Good morning. You are right on time. If y'all like what you're hearing this morning, of course, you can tip your DJ X3C on Cash App and Venmo. DJ X3C on Cash App and Venmo. Because after this, you need to tip me to shut up with the dad joke, or tip me to keep going. Either way it goes, I'm going to keep going. So, here we go. Yes, Emberlea, that art is none other than the art of the Ladder Hack. Does some fantastic work, man. Freaking amazing. Struth the Dragon, good morning to you. Okay, here we go. Dad jokes of the day. It doesn't matter if you're straight, gay, or bisexual. At the end of the day, it's night. What do you call two birds stuck together? Velcros. The first computer dates back to Adam and Eve. It was an apple with limited memory. Just one bite, then everything crashed. The internet connection in my farm is really sketchy, so I moved the modem to the barn. Now I have stable Wi-Fi. My friend said, my kid refuses to eat fish. What do you think is a good replacement? Me, cats. Cats love fish. Why did the sad ghost use an elevator? To lift his spirits. My grief counselor died. He was so good I don't even care. I have the nastiest, rudest, slowest cashier today. I guess it's my own fault for using the self-service checkout. On Monday, y'all, we start Diarrhea Awareness Week. Runs until Friday. Hey, I accidentally drank a bottle of invisible ink last night. I'm in the hospital now waiting to be seen. It's okay if you have no idea what prefix means. It's not the end of the word. Okay, wait. What do you call a French guy being mauled by a lion? What do you call a French guy being mauled by a lion? Claude. Claude. C-L-A-U-D. Claude. Prince of Judah, good morning to you. Oh man. All right, y'all. That was the dad jokes. Oh, wait. What did the DJ name his son? Eric.
Devils out the wazoo. Ain't no worries, life gets better when you find you. And if you mind you, peace will abide and hide you until so live it up, we grown, ain't got no curfew.
Yes, I am. I'm recycling the hell out of them.
Walking all in my inner, that's a bitch move. Pressed that I arrive, mad that I survive. All your sad attempts to send me to the sky. But I've been in the wind, been had wings, I was always this fly. Oh yes, and that's probably why you're mad. Don't let Evie turn you into a trash bag. So get glad, find out why you sad. All that jealousy, you should subside. I think it's time to turn that mirror on you. Put it up close for a clear view. And look deep down inside. And soon you will find a pretty
good morning, mama and daddy. Y'all missed the dad jokes, mama, but hey, y'all are here. Good morning to you. Shout out Nat A for her Cash App tip. I appreciate you. She said, no more dad jokes just for that. If honeybees make honey, what kind of bees make milk? If honeybees make honey, what kind of bees make milk? Boobies.
Why are you always pressed about my life? Talking with your frenemies about me, saying, ooh, girl, have you seen it like the shine lights? You tried, but you could never dim my light. Please know I'm untouchable, girl. I'll slip through your fingers like a real fly kite. Why you wanna turn a good day into fight night? Constantly projecting all that negativity. Take that bad energy and go and get your mind right. Say a pretty
Oh
night to
man,
keep it
don't
so
y'all just love me. I know y'all do.
you in the big world of danger, cause you dwell in that drama.
KFC, good morning, KFC. What's going on? Dank Pro, what's going on, Dank?
My world has come together, and maybe I just wanna let it shine.
No shade, Dragon. This is the real me. I am not fake.
I think tonight I'm gonna make it mine. My world has come together, and maybe I just wanna let it shine.
Why did the old man fall down the well? Why did the old man fall down the well? He didn't see that well. From Strew the Dragon. Thank you, Strew. Dankathor. Okay, Dankathor. It's a lot like dank in here. What's y'all? Look at y'all. All this dank in the room.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
Oh, Nat. Oh, my God.
Watch out now. I'm ready for a good time, and I came to groove. The whole band's here, and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes. We're here all night like we got nothing to lose. Coming out the jacket, cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming in hot, and I can't be beat. Watch out now. Baby, watch out now.
Laura Estrada, good morning to you, Laura.
I'm on the move, I'm going up. I'm a man on a mission with no missions, and I'm looking for love. Oh, I'm just looking for love.
Throwback. I know it's not Thursday yet, but 2 windmills are standing in a field, and one asked the other, what kind of music do you like? 2 windmills are standing in a field, and one asked the other, what kind of music do you like? The other says, I'm a big metal fan. Somebody gonna get Pascal. RS, good morning to you.
Cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you, Matt. Thank you.
Watch out now. Everybody watch out. Watch out.
What do you call a cat with 8 legs that likes to swim? What did you call a cat with 8 legs that likes to swim? I'm kind of scared because it's coming from KFG, so we're going to wait to see what it says. Iris Jones, good morning. And Octopus. And Octopus. Man, shut up.
It's gotta be against the law. Look this damn good, baby.
Octopus.
Everybody watch out. Everybody watch out.
I can't stand y'all. Hey, Walker, good morning to you. Industrial Arts, what's going on, Brother Harrison? Good morning. Emmett Roller Dragon. Congratulations to me, and y'all know y'all heard this already. Congratulations to me. I just made my last mortgage payment. Yay! I still owe $262,000, but I'm just not going to pay them no more. Snack Panther. Snack Panther says, I searched for a lighter on Amazon, but all I could find were 6,000 matches. All right. Oh man, I can't stand y'all.
Whip that cream,
Melanie Dennis, good morning to you.
baby, shade up. We can cook up, we can syrup when we hook up, just you and me. Whip that cream,
The Egyptians claim there are no crocodiles in their country. The Egyptians claim there are no crocodiles in their country. I think they're in denial. Goldberg Sanders, good morning. Nut cup. Nut cup. God damn it. Good morning, Nut cup. He says, time to relax, nuts in the house. Oh, man. All right, y'all. The queen has entered the chat, so y'all know what time it is. It's time to get this damn show started and get me off this damn microphone with all these goddamn dad jokes. But before we do, I'll leave you with this. I can't believe someone broke into my house and stole all of my fruit. I am peachless.
Hey man, yeah, it's the summertime, right? Let's get it like or not. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. Yeah. Like it or not, it's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going down.
Rebecca Zora's in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, a real life ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my man. She's always coming up with the master plan. Politics, dreaming, trying to find the meaning of life. While the fence keeps us in stride.
I am your DJ exclusive. Y'all know who I am. I stay dropping them jams.
Good hope, dad jokes, culture, it's politics. What's here right now is the culmination of all of this. I started out with the mic in my hand, and I ended up with the plethora of fans. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. Tuesday to Thursday, you know how we do. Let's go. Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going down.
Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. It's going. Hey man, let's start this damn show.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Good morning.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Girl, your speaker was up loud as hell, child. I'm like, damn, what's this reverb coming back?
What speaker?
Yours.
Oh, right, because I have it close to the mic. Let me move it away.
Okay.
All right. Is that better for you guys?
Yeah, we don't hear no more. It was just when the intro was going. I heard it.
All right. Well, good morning, you guys. Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth.
And not care who doesn't like it. I want this sweat shirt, Rebecca.
Oh.
I would ask you to stand up, but I don't know what your bottom parts is looking like. So
It's looking like not a thing. I'm kidding. It's just like I really could wear this as a dress, to be honest. So
that is so dope.
Yeah, thank you.
I want it. What's up? Never mind. We'll talk later. I want that.
And I love the tie-dye arms too. I love the tie-dye arms.
That's really dope. See,
yeah,
I'm pressing forward a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I think everybody is in some way, shape, or form fashion-esque. Because can't nobody tell somebody. What I loved about living in New York is that when I lived in New York, everybody could wear what the hell ever and be fashion forward. That's what I loved. And I loved because I fit in with that crew. I started out as like, a journalist in fashion. That's what I really want to do. So I worked, fashion week. I worked for these little boutiques before boutiques was even a thing. I was like doing a whole bunch of that stuff when I was there. So it was really, really fun. But that's why I'm really into like fashion, but it doesn't matter. I can get it from a thrift store. I can get it from high end. I can get it from low end. I can get it from the corners. I can get it from my favorite spot down in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. Y'all know Fulton, everybody knows, if you're from Brooklyn, Fulton, and where I can get my nails done for $10, go across the street and go get some clothes over there at the Rainbow, which is 2 stories. And you can get a whole bunch of clothes from over there for the low. Next door, you will go to like the little other boutique stores. Again, before these boutiques were really online, You can get them from all of these stores. And what was happening is they were taking from like Forever 21 and stuff, and they were going there. So they were the bargain stores when Forever 21 was overstocked, or when other stores were overstocked. And I would just go there and get clothes for $2-3 because I was only getting paid every week like $162. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So I would go get my nails done for $10 in a rinky dinky suspect nail salon. Suspect nail salon. Suspect. Had to be some kind of.
They doing nails in the front, fried chicken in the back, and probably selling heroin in the.
But you know, this is New York. This was New York, so you had like Asian and Mexicans doing your nails. But I think that they kept it low because there was a tattoo shop in front of it, so you had to go through the tattoo shop, go upstairs, go to the nail salon. They had a place where they were doing toes where it looked like it was dusted. Nobody did their toes there, but everybody got their nails done there. So
yes, indeed.
Oh yeah, and them Asian and Mexicans used to kill my stuff. None of them spoke English, which was better for me because I knew if they didn't speak English, they was gonna talk about me and they was gonna do my nails to the best of their ability, and that's the kind of stuff that I like. I like that. Anyways, well, when I moved to Atlanta, I don't have BBL body. And that's no offense. Like even the girls that didn't have BBL, I don't have homegrown cornbread fed. I don't got that either. Like I don't. So when I first moved here, I was not interested in tight fitted outfits, those kind of things. And it just wasn't my thing. And I kept going back to New York because I just kind of felt out of place here. I didn't know. And I wanted to work in fashion when I got here. So I did I covered a couple of fashion events, and I was not feeling it. I said, I'm never going to be able to. I put on a fitted dress right now. And the hip parts, is nothing but air there. It's just like baggy. That's just facts of facts. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have parentheses.
You got a little parentheses, child.
No, the back may be a parenthesis, my booty, but I have to turn to the side for you to see it. But from the front, it ain't nothing there. But I've learned to love it here as well. Now, speaking of Atlanta, we can just go right into it. Yesterday night was election night in Georgia. We're just gonna go with the bad news first, right?
Yeah.
Georgia. Okay, Georgia. As dreaded as the midterms were, there's still a bit of good news. Well, we're not going to start with the good news. I want to start with the bad news first so I can get you out. Listen, we have some election losses. We going to go with who lost first, and we're going to talk about Stacey Abrams. I don't see much of Stacey Abrams on the sheet, which is
at the bottom of it. B1. You see it? Speaking of shameful.
Look, me, B1, because I can't with my glasses at. There we go. Oh, Rebecca. B1. I can't see nothing. Speaking of shameful, governors, Brian Kemp managed an upsetting win over Stacey Abrams in Georgia. Stacey said in a statement where she conceded, I dropped that in the chat, but you probably didn't see it, where she said, I may no longer be seeking the office of governor, but I will never stop. That makes me kind of emotional, but I will never stop doing everything in my power to make sure the people of Georgia have a choice. And I'm going to stop right there real quick, because yesterday we seen her fight. We seen her do so much, but not only yesterday. Remember years ago when she didn't win?
Yeah.
What was that? 2018. When she didn't win, and we really were hurt because we saw and we digested, ripped apart, experimented with, protested in the streets till that day, which was yesterday when she lost again. But when she lost the first time around, we really went so hard to figure out more of voter suppression here in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Voter suppression, it really was highlighted during that time when Stacey Abrams lost the first time. It made it seem as if, Georgia was doing what they needed to do, but we went out there and we figured out what was going on. Voter suppression was highlighted. It was catapulted to another level where we were able to understand it, break it down, seeing what was going on with the dresses, seeing how people were being votes were being held, seeing how they were going to the polls and trying to terrorize folks out of voting in some way, shape, or form by offering them no food. Some jobs weren't giving time to go vote. Some laws were getting into place since that whole thing. We had Cliff Albright, who literally spearheaded with a couple of other state representatives, huge protests and rallies when Governor Kemp signed into law a few laws that we knew were voter suppression in our face. Park Cannon was dragged out of a building where she is literally a state representative and had the right to do what she did, and was dragged out in handcuffs because she wanted to see Governor Kemp sign into law taking away voters' rights for primarily people of color, Black folks.
Speak on it.
And Stacey Abrams, even though she lost, she hit the ground and helped people like Raphael Warnock take the seat, flip the Senate blue here in Georgia. She helped do that. Even though her name wasn't on the ballot nowhere, she was helping other people do what needed to be done as the first Black woman who was running for governor that we wanted to here in Georgia, who we wanted to make sure won in any shape or form. And it just sucks because what I saw on my timeline, I just want to talk about this real quick. What I seen on my timeline as the early voters weeks were coming through November, and I watched people say, I'm not voting. 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 And so they were saying they weren't voting because their vote didn't matter. Some people said they don't want to vote for a Black woman. Some people with huge platforms decided they didn't want to vote for Stacey. People said their vote didn't matter. And honestly, when you see after yesterday, seeing her lose, you feel the same way instantly. You just kind of go through that phase of, do I want to vote? But I thought about the people who had these huge platforms who pushed out this negative rhetoric about Stacey Abrams. People like Killer Mike, just in the moment having a photo op with Governor Kemp, making a statement to his large audience saying, Governor Kemp is working for the people of Georgia, especially Black people. We just got to take a look at what he's doing. People who just felt she was unfit because she was a single mom. People who felt she was unfit because her anatomy. Because of her skin color. People who looked like us. People who look like us were also at the front of that on Twitter, putting out that narrative about her that at most times were false. We've seen her hands on the ground. We've seen her mobilize different subgroups. We've seen her, even when she wasn't on the ballot, we've seen her go into towns and just have conversations about why people should vote, the importance of voting. Because of our ancestors like Fannie Lou Hamer, who got beat, who walked miles that we couldn't even think about walking. She gave people history. She went and made sure she had people who didn't understand a certain language. She had assistance for those people about their importance of voting. Put things on the ticket like abortion rights. People having access in these small towns to basic necessities, which is a basic necessity like Wi-Fi. Okay? Access to healthcare, state-run healthcare that they can get with their income. This is what she was running for. Governor Kemp cut programs immediately before, like the week before the elections, cut programs that were very important to communities that were hit so hard because of COVID that they have not been able to bounce back yet. One of those being the rental assistance program. The food stamp program. So that's the who can get it, what the criteria, how you can meet the criteria, unemployment. All of that hit hard. This is who we voted for. Georgia, I gotta say, Georgia let Stacey down. But that does not mean, and I don't think Georgia let Stacey down just like that. I believe Georgia let Stacey down because of a pre-heartbreak, because of past heartbreak from voting. I believe that they let her down because of voter suppression. To me, a splash of voter suppression will always be in it. When I was looking at the numbers, what did we see? We seen Stacey in the lead, right? We seen Stacey neck and neck. Stacey in the lead, Stacey neck and neck, a little bit for Governor Kemp, but it's almost like the votes stopped coming in completely at some point. And it was, to me, too early to call, especially because we still had so many votes coming in and the time people were still voting. I don't understand it to the max, but I do understand that we got to do better. We got to do better.
It is easy to understand. We look at it as Atlanta. I said Atlanta had the vote, and I think for Stacey, but Georgia is not Atlanta. And it's so many. Looking at that map, I just saw a map. Jesus, all the red that's on there, and a lot of people. They did a few interviews yesterday and had people say, "Oh yeah, I don't like Herschel Walker, but I'm voting Republican up and down the ballot." So it's those things like that where people now are just voting for a particular party. They don't care what the constituents can do for the people or can do for their constituents. You know what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter now what these people can do. The elected officials can do. It's just everybody just voting for their party. And I think that's on the money. And I think that showed. And I really think that showed. It's one of those things where Stacey would have come in and really did some good for this goddamn state.
Yeah.
But these people don't want to see a black lady in their office.
No, they don't want to see a black lady in the office. But Bubba, you touched on really critical points, right? Of course, voter suppression. We can talk about that all day. Voter suppression was definitely at hand. A lot of laws were signed into place before this election that put fear-mongering a lot of constituents, a lot of people, a lot of voters, a lot of first-time voters, a lot of voters that just came out of jail, a lot of all of that. Fear-mongering was happening here with the laws that were put into place in districts and everything like that. Then we have what you said. Georgia is not Atlanta. Atlanta is not Georgia. Atlanta is a city inside of the state of Georgia. Okay? My city is about 25 minutes without traffic. I said without traffic. Okay, don't fight me. My city is 25 minutes out, 30 minutes out from Atlanta. Okay,
that's about right.
on 75 on the little strip express. And right when you get to my area, all you see is Herschel Kemp, that type of area. They will be outside. They're there. You go 10 minutes out from there. I'm close to Tennessee. You go 10 minutes out from there. They're out there. Herschel Kemp. Then you get to a place that's very rural. There's nothing much out there but little farms and stuff. That whole block is nothing but the American flag, F-150s, the 2022 versions, old trucks on the side, old trucks that are utilized as placeholders for the Herschel Kemp sign. On the side says Trump 2022. I don't know why, but then the signs have Herschel and Kemp on there. The representation in those areas is so real. See those areas that you think that they ain't got Wi-Fi and stuff, that's where they're going and making sure that they're voting. One thing about Georgia, they do not care about the people or anything like that. It's not for the people. It's about, like you said, Bubba, keeping it red. Keeping it in the family, keeping it conservative. It's not about helping the people. It's really about keeping the colors, keeping it gang, keeping it conservative. All right? They don't care about who does not fit the criteria to become governor or to become senator, to become the U.S. Senator representation out of Georgia. They do not care. Well, let's take it to Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker has lied consistently about his career paths to Georgians. Herschel Walker has been proven to be abusive, especially to white women. Herschel Walker has proven to be abusive. The same man who's running says one of the policies that he's running on is to save children by not allowing women to have a choice on whether they want to keep their pregnancies or not. Is the same man that has paid for countless abortions for many women, having family issues in the press, not being able to control that, lacks knowledge. Unfortunately, there is no intelligence here. None. I'm not saying that to be funny. What we see is somebody who lacks knowledge of anything that this state may need, where the issues actually are. When asked a question, the way he answers it is very telling. He doesn't know anything about what Georgians need, but he does know how to play the conservatives' coon. Unfortunately, we watch that somebody can be a puppet, give a little check, and represent the people of Georgia falsely. We've got to do better. Georgia is not Atlanta. We've got to do better. We've got to do better. We had the opportunity to put not only the first Black woman, but somebody who actually cares about Georgia.
That has been doing the work for years. That has been
doing the work for years, even after a major stressful, could have sent her to the crazy house lost the first time. She said, I'm still going to work hard for Georgians. I'm going to make sure that other people are seated, even though I am not. Stacey Abrams was supposed to wake up today and be our governor.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go through the motions of it. Let's be sad about it. Best friends in Kentucky. Corey, Charles.
Yeah.
Charles Booker did not win against Rand Paul. Rand Paul, who didn't show up for any of the debates because he didn't see Charles Booker as somebody who was worthy. People thought it was afraid, but he treated Charles Booker as like whatever. And Charles Booker had a pull in that state that was unbeknownst to me. Like, again, Kentucky is an area we see the representatives, Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul. We see those. But we had Charles Booker who was willing to challenge that. We had Stacey Abrams who was willing to challenge those leaders, right? The leaders here in Georgia. And Charles Booker was one of the leaders out in Kentucky who was willing to challenge that as well. But what we seen was they are so stuck on keeping it red, keeping it conservative, gang. Nobody is concerned with what the people need. Yes, I would love to see the first Black and the first Black and the first. I would love to see it, and especially these type of states. But conservatives are hell-bent on making sure that these officials that are already there, like our Governor Kemps and the Mitch McConnells of the world and the Rand Pauls of the world, the Santises of the world, the conservatives are hell-bent on making sure these people die in those seats, or the people in those seats will die conservative. Whoever takes the place constantly, it's almost like they don't care about anything else but keeping it red. And that's what we have to understand. I see that as functioning in white supremacy. I say that to say, we see how it is with white folks. Like, they want to make sure no matter what the pain is around outside of them, that they're okay and they're good and everything works for them. No matter what it looks like, white people will move forward with that. I don't really care for that understanding, but we see that moving in the Republican Party, keeping it conservative. And when we do see Black people moving amongst them or getting seats amongst the Conservative Party, we know that it's because they needed to sprinkle in diversity and inclusion with no knowledge. It's never let the best candidate win. It's never that. It's let the conservative candidate win.
Yeah. Most definitely. You
Mhm.
know, I really think, and I really hope that's one of those things that if Stacey doesn't go for governor here again, that there's something in the federal ballpark that we can get her on, get her on the federal level, the statewide, I mean, nationwide level, and let's make her start making change there because Georgia, it just seemed like it ain't it. It's not it, and it's never gonna be it because I just don't have faith in my state. This is not gonna lie to you. Like we outnumber, I'm sure a great bit, but it just seems like we just can't get it right.
Yeah, no, it seems like we can't get it right, and we didn't get it right. And you know our brother didn't get it right. We know, you know, our brother down there in Florida did not get it right because
Child.
DeSantis won, and he was an early win. I'm talking about before it was the clock strikes 7:01.
And he was already declared winner.
He was declared the winner, and I said, you know what? And you know, I know Charlie Crist, who was once in that position already. I think governor of Florida at some point. And I talked about this, who changed over to being Democratic. I don't know if that's like such a crazy thing, you know, to have seen, you know, DeSantis win, but we know what Florida's gonna do. And Florida, DeSantis, what did he do? We covered it on this show. One of the fear-mongering tactics that he did in Florida was go after felons who were told that they can vote from a law that recently passed. Were allowed to now go ahead and vote as felons. And what was told to them was to sign a piece of paper that was very vague. The paper didn't have anything extra on it, didn't have any fine line terms on it at the bottom that were really small. It was just a random paper you sign on the dotted line and you get to go vote. So many people were afraid to go out and go vote after that event. They were interviewed and were said, and they said, "Hey, I don't know if I can go vote. I don't know if I'm going to be in jail. I do not want to go back to jail just because I wanted to go vote." It's almost like they want to take all the work that has been done in our past by our ancestors for us to be able to go and vote, rip that from us. So many Black people were afraid to go vote, who have a criminal past or a felon, who are felons, declared felon by the state, but who were offered the opportunity because of the law. We saw officers go and rally up these people and put them in handcuffs, but couldn't explain to them as to why they were put in handcuffs. I know why, because of voter suppression, fear mongering. Some kind of mainstream media was putting out there that there would be a red wave. So people just expected it to be a red wave. People just expected it to be a red wave. And I hate that. I really hate that. I want to go ahead, lay hands, good encouragement to everybody who feels defeated today. I know that in that moment I did feel defeated. I took my behind the bed. And I know that it may feel that our votes don't count, but if our votes didn't count, we wouldn't have some wins that actually did happen across the country.
Yeah, agreed.
It may have been here in Georgia, down there in good old Florida, but across the country, we had some wins. So I want you to know that there are people who voted just like you. There are areas where people were pushing really, really hard. I want you guys to really take it, keep on pushing, continue to be our allies, figure out what we're going to strive for. Who's your local leaders? What are the policies that they meet? Practice by doing local elections, smaller elections in your city. I'm telling you, the more that we continue to do this and fight voter suppression, fight the people who just want red in Georgia, red in Florida, red in Texas. We got to see more to it than that. It's not about just voting for a color. It's about voting what's right for your state, what's right for the people, not keeping it in line with the good old boys. Okay?
The good old boys.
Geez. A lot of the links that were dropped had associated videos, but it's okay. What we'll do is I want to actually discuss some wins real quick. Before we do that, I want you guys to play this Simone Sanders clip. Simone Sanders, who we know is a an analyst, and she in the political world, and we know her. She worked alongside Joe Biden. But I want you guys to watch her as she talks about Florida on air. Let's take a look.
But this is an investment issue, though, also, because the Democratic Party, look, if you go back to 2018, the National Democratic Party gave over $1 million to the Florida Democratic Party. This year, they barely gave $700,000. That means pennies for Miami-Dade's Democratic Party, other folks across the state. If you look at the last couple governors' races, where even Democrats lost, they were within a percentage point or less. This is not competitive tonight. And to me, that means that there needs to be some internal conversations about infrastructure. What does the infrastructure look like? If the Miami-Dade Democratic Party chair our Florida Dem chair was already out this morning, basically saying, we've done what we could. The national folks have written us off. And I think that's a real conversation to have, to the point that you just made.
I agree. Infrastructure investment money, but there's massive message problems with this critical voting cohort in Miami-Dade that we've got to get on top of.
And Alex, just for some additional context, Republicans used to pray that they would lose Miami-Dade by a manageable margin. That was the goal. Now they're winning it by potentially double digits. The change is just drastic.
But to give people hope, Alex, Florida, I'm going to give people a little hope, okay? Florida, what's happening in Florida, the shellacking is not, in my opinion, indicative of what folks are going to see across the country. Florida is special.
Right. And also, Latino voters are not monolithic.
Exactly. Absolutely. There's a diversity, okay?
In Florida are going to be different than they are in other parts of the country where there's a strong Latino population or a large Latino population.
We've got to look at a lot more vote in a lot more states before we draw any conclusions about the Latino
vote. The night is young.
Yeah, the night was young, but Florida was like, he won. Val Demings did what she could. I actually never seen anybody go out the way Val Demings did. She was Florida's Stacey Abrams. I'm going to be honest and with you. She was Florida's Stacey Abrams. And I will say this. What Simone said, a lot of people on the right were upset, and were upset at her take of it. Simply put, in layman's terms, how they say it, for the ones in the back, for the slow ones on the side, Florida special. Georgia's right along with it. Florida being a state, especially in the Miami area, the Tri-County area, Tri-County out there in Broward, Palm Beach, and Dade. Florida being that area, when we say Florida, that bottom part is just not connected to the rest of the state. How they say, how we said it, Atlanta is not Georgia. South Florida, I don't know. That's not the same down there. Miami is a fully, like, that is
a whole nother state.
It's a sea, like,
by itself.
We are the Caribbean out there in South Florida, but Miami itself is literally where they come first, okay? Before they figure out if they're going to Palm Beach or Broward, down there in Dade County. And to know that Hispanics, you remember, I would vote for Donald Trump. Remember that? Remember they was down there? They was doing all of that down there in the name of Donald Trump. Okay?
Trump.
They was doing that. Y'all remember? So to know and see that, you know, what the Republicans, how the Republicans have moved over there, flipped a lot of the minority vote, the minorities and their vote, that being the Hispanic community, and made them more conservative. But that has been a long-standing thing. There has been a lot of conservative Hispanics over there, and they will vote for who they see fit in color, not skin color, but representation color. Representation color being that red, that conservative. It works out in their favor because, whatever reason, Florida's special. Florida is special.
It's hell.
Okay?
It's hell.
They'll go against each other, and it'd be like, you vote for somebody who don't even like you. DeSantis, I know his last name sound like, but you voting for somebody who will take away from somebody who's just like you. Does not have immigrants at heart. Somebody who will make sure that your family members, if they were to come here tomorrow, do what they need to do to assimilate, walk in line, will not be able to function and act as an American, but will be always treated as less than even less than a secondary American. Less than that. Focus, guys, on what's really at hand. And it's an elite situation. It's hierarchy. It's what this person can do for you, what you can do for them. It's not ever what your leader can do for its people, its city, how to make changes. They do not want change. Val Deming sat up there and read DeSantis's rights in a debate.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't able to give us anything. What are the point of the debates if we know you guys are going to keep it red? Mainstream media pushed and pushed and pushed the rhetoric and the narrative associated with a red wave. A red damn wave. Fear mongering, all of that. That's what helped these people actually win. That's what helped these people actually win. Let's talk about some good news, though. I want to hit on some good news. Shout out to Stacey Abrams. Love you, mean it. Shout out to Stacey Abrams. Straight up. We love you and mean it. To be somebody who is Floridian and to be a resident of Georgia and to see a Black woman actually do work all by her damn self. When I say all by herself, I'm talking about a single Black woman who does not fit the description of anything.
Mm-hmm.
What we've seen in the past. She's not a white conservative man running for this seat. It was a Black woman who had an education out of Yale, connections to Spelman. Baby out here in these streets by herself and taking care of that. Hitting the streets to make sure people were educated on what voting looked like. Helping people register to vote in large numbers. Breaking past records. Stacey Abrams did that. That's a win for me. That's a win for me. That's a win for me. That's the win for me. Okay? Shout out to Stacey Abrams. Y'all, let's try to keep it light. We got to make sure we continue to vote. I know you feel defeated right now. We'll go through the motions, but I still want you to make sure you vote. I want you to make sure you vote. All right, so now we'll go to the election wins. As dreaded as the midterms were, there's still good news that managed to be found amongst the chaos in an election cycle with record numbers of LGBTQ candidates. The country's first lesbian governor was elected in Massachusetts, while the New Hampshire voters elected the first transgender man to a state legislator. The results so far have also seen new representation of women and younger generations, from the first female governor of Arkansas to the first Generation Z elected member to Congress. That is crazy that we have no footage.
Hey.
Because hello, but wish we had.
I'm about to say you ain't gotta do that because I already been on them already and everything on all these systems. So you gotta do that. Okay, I got you.
No, because I can't see a thing. I'm here on here, but
I know. I got you. Trust me.
I don't know what's being played right now. But if there's anything being played, because I can't see you. But the listen. Now, with the Generation Z elected to member of Congress, y'all, in Arkansas, I think that's such a big deal. And he's Afro-Cuban. I think it's such a big deal because Generation Z, even though they can get on some people's nerves, tap dance right up on TikTok, I think their representation is necessary in office right now because they'll bring a fresh, I ain't gonna stand down point of view into the office. And I think that's what is necessary. You know why? Because like I was saying, with conservatives, they will die in those seats. They don't care about, they will have somebody 90 who can't do nothing for nobody but sign a piece of paper sitting in that seat as representation. We need fresh faces. It's almost like going into a workplace, like when you know that you have specialized, gone to school for, experienced, critically knowledge on a lot of issues or the job and what they need, the qualifications, and you go there and you see somebody who's doing the process that was literally from 1925, but they ain't gonna move him out the seat. Why? Because of tenure. He doesn't have to learn the new ways of nothing. All he has to do is say, I've been here for 30 years, and everybody respects that. But that hurts the business, right? And this can also, having people in those seats to sit there can definitely hurt um, our leadership, and who leads us here in our states. Now, Maura Haley, a Democrat, was elected governor of Massachusetts. She became the country's first lesbian governor in a year with record numbers of LGBTQ candidates. Wes Moore, y'all, Wes Moore won the gubernatorial race in Maryland, making the Democrats the state's first Black governor. Listen, guys, and the third Black elected governor in history. Westmore. I had dropped a video of him dancing. I wanted you guys to see that. But Westmore being the third
Okay, Wes.
Black. Yeah, look, I said West. I didn't know West.
Okay, Wes.
I didn't know West, but Westmore became the third Black governor. I want you guys to hear that. I know we're tired of hearing the first, the third, whatever. In the United States' history, the nation's history, this is the third Black governor in the states.
Oh, Body Bite was there with him? Body Bite.
This is the third Black governor. So I really think big. Look, think
especially in
big.
Maryland.
Think big, don't think small. So we had some wins there. We had some wins, and especially being in Maryland and those areas where it's supposed to be predominantly Black or near predominantly Black states or districts, as we know, the DMV. And I think this is beautiful for them to have somebody that represents them there. And so, y'all, it's not. Look, it's a win for me. It's a win for me. When we're seeing actual wins, it is a win for me. So,
and
Maxwell
then
Frost. Go ahead.
Maxwell. That's what I was about to say. Maxwell.
Go ahead.
I was excuse me. I was hoping it was a clip for that because I want to see what it looked like. Gen Z. So that's crazy to me. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Hold on. Give me one moment. Gen Z is all over, is winning all over. Now, don't knock out the Bubba, don't knock out the millennials. We trying, we out here. But
I know y'all is, but y'all just
Gen Z is out there. So Maxwell Frost is a Democrat, and it's beautiful because he came in the Florida's district, 10th district. So and he is the first representative, of course, from his generation. So that is good that they're taking these seats. James Rosenier was elected to New Hampshire state legislator, the first transgender man to win in state legislator election. In Pennsylvania, Summer Lee won her congressional bid, making her the first Black woman to represent Pennsylvania in Congress. John Fetterman is also projected to pull a win over Mehmet Oz, Dr. Oz, child, which is great because right. Dr. Oz is as smart as he is. He's still, we can say, Herschel Walker, Dr. Oz. Some people don't need to be in the seats in the race for Pennsylvania U.S. Senate seat. So, one moment here. I think that's great on all those wins. We still got more wins. We have a local win here, and that win is we had her on the show in Nabila Islam. Okay, she won for District 7 here in Georgia. And I'm excited about that because knowing that she lost when she was first on our show, but to know that she continued to get up, keep running. I mean, kept them running shoes on, and she kept running. I think that was a perfect way for her to end for Georgia. She finally won the seat. She did what she said. She was inspired by Stacey Abrams when she first got on our show and discussed that. So Nabila Islam won a state Senate seat as representation in District 7 for the state of Georgia. And I believe that's around Gwinnett County, but for the state of Georgia. So shouts out to Nabila Islam. We are so proud of you here at Like It or Not. I think that's that's just a few of the wins. We're still waiting to see what Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock are going to do. I want to actually talk about that too. The fact that we were able to get it this close. Georgia really thought that to get it this close. That means that it could be a tie a loss, a win. Just we know that it's too early to call, or they can go off in some runoffs.
Yeah.
Because Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker to people.
Excuse me.
Which
in myself is just makes no sense that race is as close as it is. That just goes to show me that people in Georgia are SAF. And if you don't know what that means, sorry to that man.
Sorry to that man. And I hope it's going to be Herschel. I hope we say sorry to that man. I hope it's Herschel Walker.
Yeah, because we need a runner, not a walker.
He's a runner, not a chaser. I don't know the words, but yeah.
Because then what's going to happen? He going to, you know what? Never mind. Because I'm so mortified if this man gets in office. It's so mortified. So mortified. Y'all talking about what Herschel Walker did. Senator Warnock did. Just wait till Herschel Walker get in there. Georgia gonna be even more effed up than what it already is. Yes, Georgia's effed up all the way.
Okay.
F in the A.
Georgia being having Herschel Walker, that doesn't shock me though. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't think he's gonna win, but it doesn't shock me because America had Donald Trump. Georgia, Florida, Texas, special states that were tapped on specifically when Donald Trump was running. Remember the relationships that he started connecting and with in these states? Very interesting.
Yeah.
He was specifically going to those states to make connections to make sure that he won in those states. And I don't know. I want to talk about two other things before we get out of here. I want to talk about the people who go out as celebrities and do their last minute bids for the people who are running. A few years ago, Beto was running. Beyonce came out and was like, I vote for Beto. You should too. Baby, the way Beto lost that one, just because Obama said your name in a drop, make sure y'all vote for my boy, and make sure y'all vote for my boy. It don't mean a thing, mate. Just because he rallied together and had a block party for you, it doesn't mean a thing. If they wasn't what you shooting in the gym, not to say that it didn't matter back then. We're in 2022. People really don't care who you are if you just say the person's name. It's about if Twitter said it. If somebody on TikTok said it. They got more pull than any of these celebrities, to be honest.
They do.
Remember when P. Diddy said, vote or die? Remember when that was a whole campaign? And people went to go vote or die. Remember that? They went to go vote or die. He came to my campus, vote or die. That whole thing was so real because we were the first black president. You know what I'm saying? All of that was happening. It was great. Did you see any of those celebrities pushing? Like when I say those, I'm talking about the Diddies of the world. Did you see any of them pushing anything for voting this year?
Hell no.
Also, to add to that, remember in 2020, he said for us to hold our vote. You remember that?
So unfortunately, I don't remember that one.
Oh, Diddy said hold your vote. He said hold your vote.
See, and my thing is, I don't listen to them because for the simple fact that this is the way I feel about it. See, I'm Gen X, and me coming up, we didn't listen to a lot of celebrities when they said stuff because most times the way we thought was they're not informed. So I'm not going to base my decision or who I'm voting for off of this celebrity who make good music. I just want you to sing, rap, play ball, or do whatever the hell it is that you do. And I'm going to make my own informed decision because I don't trust your word. So that's how I still am. I don't listen to these celebrities, and I don't get why people like, this person should vote for this person or they should vote for this person. Yeah, they have a platform now. We didn't care about platforms then. You had some artists that stood up for our civil rights and stuff like that and getting that vote out there back then. But like these days now, I don't trust none of these people, child, because half of them don't know what the hell they talking about. So I made my own informed decision. Like if Beyonce say she voting for a Republican, okay, baby girl, you got your own reasons. Like Katy Perry, she made her reason to vote for somebody. Hey, that's your own choice. Me, I know what my choice is, and who made that choice for me was me, not because Cardi B said go vote for Marco Rubio or whoever the hell running just because she said it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And them doing that is not going to make me change my mind about how their music taste is, because I only listen to you and look for you for music and entertainment. I don't look for you for no other social injustice issues unless it's some Black Lives Matter stuff. I don't look for you for that. That's just not me. It's just, and I don't see how people do that. But it's like looking through social media, it's millions of people that do it. Just to never make it. So
I'll say this, love you, mean it. Generation X, is that what you said, or Generation Z? No, X, Generation baby, X. Okay, so X. Generation X, not caring, I can't agree with that. You are amongst a few, right? But that's the whole reason that people vote the way they do, is because of the pool that somebody that they love may say. They don't want to do the research, they don't want to do anything. Generation X will sit there and just be like, I don't mess with them. I don't just because Generation Z had to vote for someone, they won't vote for someone. It's the different effects. But I will say the pool that people have on their platforms, it does matter, and then it doesn't. Celebrities nowadays, it's really the pool that the TikTokers and the people on Twitter create. Whatever, they can literally say Katy Perry, which I agree with the Katy Perry thing, right? Katy Perry, who she voted for or who she didn't vote for, it shouldn't matter. However, Katy Perry associates herself with people who are for some things, like, and then we'll turn around and vote against that. Sit there and vote against like abortions and all that other stuff. That's crazy wild. But at the same time, like you said, that should be their personal vote. In a sense, are you saying for them to shut up and dribble? Like, in a sense, is that what you're saying, Bubba? Because at the same time,
that's what they get paid to do. Because at this point, and I say that because, like I said, that person that's dribbling the ball might say they're going to vote for it, and they just not necessarily they're campaigning for them, but just because they say this is who they're voting for or whatever, that's your choice. I'm not gonna listen to your choice, because all I do is watch you to play a sport or sing a song or rap. Yeah, I'm not invested in you that much where I care about who you're voting for, because you don't care about me that much to know who I'm voting for. So I don't care about you that much to know who I'm voting for. So I love Beyonce to death. So if Beyonce said that she was going out there and going to vote for Trump in the next election, I'm going to say, ooh, B, you better be glad your music good, baby, because if you wasn't, then I'll stop listening to you. But I mean, that's your choice. I'm not going to try to change your mind or sway you or persuade you because you wouldn't do the same thing to me.
J.K. Clark, you said really overestimating the power of TikTok. So if I was, why?
I agree with that. I so much agree with that.
Hold on. If I was, why would a lot of our state leaders try to go and utilize that platform for pushing anything?
Because that's where they know where all the millennials and Gen Zers are going to go.
And exactly, and who is the future of right now? It's the millennials and Gen Zers. So I will literally say this, and I'll keep it there. I say that to say, we used to take the words of the rappers and stuff, but I feel like they're wishy-washy, and we shouldn't. So I agree with you on all that. We should go off of what our state looks like, our local areas look like, who the leaders are there, what their policies are. We should be trying to be hands-on, see how it will affect us in 5 or 4 or 2 years from now, what that looks like. That's how we should do it. That's how it should be going. Yet the cults of the cults that are inside of our leadership circles, and what they look like is who got money, right? That's what it usually is. That's the origination of it. Who got money? Who bought this seat? Who got money for me to sponsor them, even though I really don't care about them? That's what it used to be. Now it's like, if a TikToker comes up with a conspiracy about why you should vote for this person, and 2 million, 3 million views or impressions are on that thing, those people will go out and go vote in that direction. Not only that, though, I think that if people are going to use their platform for whoever they are pushing to go and say to vote for, explain yourself, right? Since you want to put out, I'm going to vote for this and you should too. What is the reason that it works for you? Because the reason that it works for you may not work for me. The reason that it works for you because you may not get a tax cut because you're rich or whatever the case may be. You don't have to pay for certain things in your area. Education may look a little better for you. You don't lack anything, right? Because your leader will put you first because of coins. And that's what people have to start looking at. But it's because of they love somebody so much they're gonna follow them off of a cliff. And and that be the problem. But nowadays, it's really not about what the celebrities are saying. It's really about the TikTok celebrities or the think pieces that are on Twitter that some of these celebrities may or may not retweet. That's how I feel about it. But
humans are dumb. That's all I say. Humans are dumb because people don't like to do their own research. They like to go out here and take the research of somebody that just has a massive following on TikTok or Instagram or Twitter and just take it as law. Just like, why are we not that smart where we just go and do our own research? I've never understood that. And that's why that's one thing I hated through the pandemic, was that because that's when TikTok really started taking off and blowing up, is that people would take everything that was said on TikTok and take it for law, for a fact. Like, girl, did you prove this?
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I know. I got when it comes to relationship advices and stuff, I got this guy. I know he was telling me how, man, I saw this thing, when Kevin Samuels, but not Kevin Samuels, but somebody else. And the girls are on there doing the same thing. It's a whole mess. But I say this to say, let's take this a little further and put it into how they don't utilize TikTok, or they don't utilize TikTok or Twitter, but how your favorite politicians who are running for whatever, or your favorite politicians utilize ads to hurt their opponents, smear campaigns, utilize lies all up and through there. Let's take a look at our best friend sister to the show and how she broke it down about smear campaigns and how they affect the elections.
Dive of examining the way in which ad spending during political seasons influences the vote. Because you could have a great candidate who has a great heart, really wants to make a difference, but just doesn't have the amount of money in their bank account to make a splash. And that same person could be the target of a smear campaign by a political candidate that's opposing them, who has no good intentions for our community, who only wants to extract money and use their political position in a way that's manipulative and for their own agenda. But because they have the dollars behind and they can run all these ads on TV and on the radio and the paper, they get the majority vote because they have the name recognition. So here's the truth. Media companies across the country need to re-examine their policies when it comes to ad spending during political seasons and their editorial boards.
She said a word, and I want you guys to really understand that those I have not seen until this year. Like I've seen ads before, guys. It's not anything new, and they'll go blow for blow in the ads. But the amount of money that they spent to do smear campaigns, they did a whole commercial about how Joe Biden, his associates, how Stacey Abrams, all of them don't like Asians. How they allowed in America Asians to be beat up on. White Republicans put out a commercial that said that Joe Biden does not like Asians, allowed Asians to be beat up on because of the prejudice that is coming because I see it, because of the prejudice that's coming with COVID-19 and how Trump, was associated with that. They never said how Trump propelled that idea into the world about Asians bringing COVID-19 here. And now that helped push for people who were already prejudging, who were racist on the streets, to start beating up on any Asian that they've seen. But you telling me that Joe Biden didn't sit there next to Kamala and sign a law into order about anti-Asian hate?
Right.
You telling me we all didn't see that? We all didn't just have that conversation on here about that, and how we said that we were missing the one for the black folks. So I can't stand by that lie. But the fact that they put it out there to the unknowledgeable Americans who just listen to what Republicans say and take that as gold is very, very telling. So smear campaigns were paid for. Smear campaigns were paid for. Disrespect and lies were placed on our televisions while we were trying to enjoy shows, and we were getting that in place of it. It was worse this year. And it was left in the minds and in the hearts and in the homes of so many people who took that and who take those commercials for Bible, for scripture, for gold. So I hope that we do better next time when it comes to that. There's so much to break down when it comes to this, y'all. I know that we have a breaking news clip on Brittney Griner that we are pulling together, or a breaking news story that we are pulling together right now on WNBA player who has been incarcerated in Russia for months now, and we've been trying to figure out ways. The United States and our leadership, Joe Biden, have been trying to figure out ways to get her back home since her incarceration, or since them just holding her hostage, I feel like. So we're working on getting that update to you. So I apologize if you guys hear us just typing away, but
yeah. And looking at from what I've seen, and looks like it just came out today. But it looks like she was transferred to the penal colony, and they're saying her lawyers are unaware of her whereabouts. I really don't like that, man.
Yeah. They're saying on Wednesday, which is today, the 32-year-old's legal team said the transfer began last week, and Griner was on her way to the penal colony, but they added that they had not, like you said, been told where she currently is or where she is being sent to. My God. The U.S. Embassy is normally informed of where international prisoners are held. Griner's team believes that they may not be told for 2 weeks. Y'all, today's Wednesday, and they may not be told for 2 weeks. Penal colonies are the descendants of Soviet-era enforced labor camps, otherwise known as gulags. In them, prisoners are housed in barracks and perform labor. Penal colonies are also a source of income, with some containing factories that produce items such as food or clothing, while some inmates undertake construction work. Sounds like slavery to me. At the time of her trial, we know she pleaded guilty and said that she made an honest mistake. We know all of that. I'm worried about where her whereabouts are going to be, if she's going to be anywhere.
Yeah.
Where they can find her. Is it going to take the 2 weeks? Is it going to take less than 2 weeks?
And it seems like, you okay, Rebecca?
I worry.
I know, man. Me too. And especially because now it's a lot going on with Russia and Ukraine. And I really feel that all of this, like, she's being used to be part of that, especially now that Putin has agreed to meet with Zelensky. Are they in modes to start talking? Then you have, now they just saw that this just came in recently as well too, that Russia is withdrawing from one of their held places in Ukraine that they had a strong hold on, and they're beginning to withdraw. So it's a lot of stuff going on, and I just hope that she is not being used as a political pawn like we already know she is. So I just hope it improves.
She is. She's being used as a political pawn, and I worry. That makes me so, like, it just broke my little heart reading that. to know that she's being moved into a place where she's going to do labor for income, and we know that's just slave labor. They're going to be treating her to create clothes for them, and who are they selling to, and still have her in this encampment, and that's not cool. I just don't like it. And if they don't know where she is, that means her family doesn't know where she is or how she's being treated in the midst of this transfer. That is so sad, y'all. That is so sad. We'll keep her in our prayers.
And when Josh said it was breaking news, man, I was hoping it was something good. Like every part of me was hoping that it was better news than that.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, that just broke my little heart into pieces.
Right.
That really did. We're praying for Brittney Griner, her location, her state of mind, her health. That's all we can do while they figure out how to bring her back home. We got to get that girl home, man. We got to get that girl home, because all of this over a vape is driving me nuts.
Over a vape. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, you right, J.K. Clark. A celebrity should want to help with that. You right. A lot of things we've seen a lot of people quiet on. I know people are trying to live their lives. But like I said, if you have the ability, the capability, I saw a lot of talk going around saying, I'm about to go out there myself and all kinds of stuff. I don't know, but I really, really want more eyes on our own.
Yeah.
I want more support for Stacey Abrams. I want people to come together to figure out how to protect Brittney Griner, hold Russia accountable. I know we can't do much, but at least keep it in the news cycles. I want Val Demings to get another chance, or people to, I want more of people who swear they want change in America to not focus on the anatomy of the person who is running, right?
Right.
But I want more of us just to come together and be like, damn, that person was fighting for us in some way, shape, or form. Like, don't hotepify it. Don't make it sectioned off about where that person is or how are they technically black or whatever. How do they run for you? How can they protect you? How can they assist you? We're looking for help for Brittney Griner right now. We do focus on our leadership and how they're moving. We naturally do that. We've seen how they dropped the ball in giving us the information and how, and all kinds of stuff. We've seen all of that happen before our eyes.
Yep.
We need more leadership to help push getting her home. We need more platforms to help push that, not just to get numbers, y'all, not for clickbait, bro.
No, right. Oh my gosh, Rebecca. Like y'all are saying, you saying a whole bunch right now. Like, if anything that I would want a celebrity to step up on is this, like, bring more attention. It needs to stay in the news cycle because it's not at all.
Man, I can't imagine what she's going through as she's being transferred. My heart just goes out to her family. I really want her to be
nothing. Like, NBA can step up and say something. Like, NBA has said a damn thing. I'm gonna be quiet because I got.
And again, the WNBA has said a lot, but again, I feel like because of their anatomy, they don't get the opportunity to really say what they need to say. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the U.S. expected Russian authorities to provide its embassy officials with access to Brittney and other Americans detained in Russia, but did not. So we'll continue to keep you guys gulags. Thank you for the pronunciation, Jack Black. Gulags, child.
Gulags.
Thank you for the pronunciation. Thank you for the pronunciation, Jack Black. You know how I like to get everybody together. Come back and get me together. Gulags. But
gulags.
Okay, so we're at the end of the show, you guys. I know that it was a heavy show today. It was a lot that we were dropping on you. Thank you guys for holding it down with us. I know Josh and Tiger yesterday night we didn't have much to really go with because everybody was focused on the microscope was right on top of us right here in Georgia.
Like, just looking
right here. Just like, so if we didn't have that information, we ain't had nothing. But thank you guys for helping us pull together what we did have as far as the wins and the losses. Listen, we got some winners in this whole thing. It wasn't all, it's a win for me.
It's
That's
a win.
for me. You know, we got to go ahead and because of voters that happened, but we got to continue, guys, the fight. It's people who died fighting, didn't know that we would make it to today. Bubba, your camera.
It made it through the whole damn show and just wanted it out today. I just wanted to show y'all some pride real quick.
Love it. But it's people who fought for us to get here, y'all. It almost feels like nobody that we love is gonna win in our lifetime. But imagine those people who fought and continue to fight. If they would have gave up, we wouldn't have our opportunities that we have right now. Me being a first generation American, right? I wouldn't have the opportunity to fight for people who will fight for people who look like me, immigrants who look like me. I wouldn't have the opportunity to go vote and do that. So changes have been made, and we can be at the forefront at continuing change, bringing back change, holding on to some change that we had, innovating change. We have that opportunity. It may not come today, but it might come to tomorrow. Look, that's why I love tomorrow. Shouts out to Glorilla. Absolutely love y'all. And before we get out of here, y'all, we got these programs that we're functioning on. We need your help to continue functioning on these programs, y'all. And we'll give you more details as to how much we need and what that looks like for us. But we're paying for this stuff out of pocket. All right. We're paying for this stuff out of pocket, and we absolutely need your assistance to keep the show going. Because of you, we are here to do the job that you need us to do, to help you laugh, help you move forward, and inform you about what's going on in our world. Okay. So if you can, continue to give right in our Patreon. We love you. We thank you for what you are doing and how you are doing it. Also, for the ones who want to know how they can give directly, you can give to DJ X3C, Becca's Voice, on Cash App. And I'll clue you in on a little something. This program that we're using right now, yesterday somebody gave, and because of you, I was able to pay for the program to continue to function. Y'all, please help. DJ X3C, Becca's Voice, on Cash App. Love you guys. Mean it. Like, share, and subscribe.
And we'll look in the call-ins. The call-ins, y'all. We know we could do it before, but we'll have to look and see. We have to pull David to see what the deal is on that. But we can try to do call-ins. We'll start that because everybody's asking about it in the chat, and I think that was a pretty nice feature as well too. So I would love to hear from some of y'all.
Ooh,
also,
Twitch.
man, Twitch, like
Twitch.
it or not on Twitch, twitch.tv/like it or not show, twitch.tv/like it or not show. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and listen to the outro over there.
What outro?
Yeah, what outro, Josh?
Just okay.
I mean, it ain't gonna be much of an outro because my boss about to call me in 2 minutes. Dos minutos, because it's conference call Wednesday. So we see
exactly. We're about to go to work. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the assistance that you already help us with. Listen, guys, it's not always a loss for us. That means that we got some things to go and work on, move forward. Yes. I want you to have a good day. Go and enjoy your day. Go and enjoy your day. On God. Love you so much.
On God.
Mean it.
I think that's a sizzler. Love y'all. Mean it, y'all. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in this morning, man. Damn good show. Shout out to Josh and Tiger for everything that y'all do, man. We greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in today and making this a great show as well, too, man. Love y'all. Mean it. We will see y'all tomorrow. Your affirmation for today is I handle every situation with calmness and peacefulness. I handle every situation with calmness and peacefulness. Love y'all. Mean it. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.
I'm about to go cool. Leave on my head is red like old new. Yeah, trying to get the green like it's Whole Foods. Couldn't take my style and now you so blue. Yeah, now we don't need